just going to do an informal little soul fam chat, and I am going to give everybody just a minute to kind of join in. But before they do, if you have caught me after the fact, then just understand that I am wishing you all a beautiful Easter day. I hope you all had a fun time. Maybe you hunted some eggs. I hope the Easter bunny was good to you, right? And I was thinking about this just before I hopped on here about how we celebrate Easter, and we talk about spring and the earth kind of waking up again, and the Easter bunny and the laying of eggs, and just new new opportunity and all of that sort of thing. And just like the earth kind of comes back alive again, then many times that kind of spills over into what we talked about a lot in readings that I just did about transformation and rebirth, and kind of coming back to life ourselves, finding our value, finding our true value, and stepping into our own power, just like every year when this time of year, at least in our hemisphere, the earth kind of comes back to life. And so we are all about transformation as well. I see we got a few folks coming in. Hello. So we're just talking about transformation, and many times transformation speaks to cutting out old energy and dense energy, and going inside our shadow and letting the new come to light, okay? And replenishing ourselves, our values, our beliefs, and that sort of thing, okay? And coming into where we see our value, so that we can attract other people who do as well, okay? And so with that being said, I'm just kind of here doing kind of an informal question and answer for anybody that kind of wants to pipe in or just say hello. We're kind of just, chit-chatting after probably everybody. A lot of folks may have had a busy day, but then sometimes people are alone today, and maybe it's a little sad. But maybe sometimes that's not always bad, because we need to learn to be comfortable being alone. Because okay, if I can't be comfortable being with me, then how can I expect somebody else to be, right? If I can't enjoy my own company, then how can I think that anybody else would either, if I don't see the value in that, right? So with that being said, that's just kind of what's been on my mind as far as today goes, and that sort of thing, okay? Hey, Yasmin, how are you doing? Good to have you. Hello. I hope your day has been good. Where I live, spring is springing, right? In full bloom. I'm in the deep south, okay? On the Gulf Coast, actually. And it was chilly earlier in the week. It was, for us, it was like the lows back in the 40, which we had a cold snap for us. We always do that right before Easter for some reason. But at any rate, yeah, I'm glad you're doing good. But at any rate, today has been beautiful. It's been about 80 degrees, and this is my very, very favorite time of year. I love spring. I've always loved spring, and many of you know that or you may not know this, I'm a horse person. I like to go horseback riding. I haven't done that. Hey, Yolanda from Brooklyn. Howdy. Hey, Jerome, how's it going? We are chatting it up. How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody has enjoyed your day. Good weather in London. You're in London. Oh, so cool. Okay, Yasmin, you have to, and I hope I'm saying your name right. You have to hear a funny story. So my daughter, I have a 15-year-old daughter. She's my only child. Yes, at my age, I have a 15-year-old. Yes, she was a little beautiful surprise. But at any rate, her bestie, she's 15, and her bestie, one of her two besties, who she's been besties with since they were 3. They were in K3 together, and now, since about 5th grade, they have been across town from each other, going to totally different high schools, and they have remained close even all this time. It's amazing. And her little bestie is just a deal, a sweet, dear person. But anyway, her bestie, Yasmin, does a version of a British accent, and so she'll come over and she'll just be talking in that, accent all weekend. And so we all start doing it. And then, you know, when I go back to adulting, like away from, you know, she'll spend the whole weekend. She's like my second daughter, really. And she'll spend the weekend there. And then when we go back to adulting, you know, I'll get around people who have no clue why I am doing a British accent or a poor Southern person's attempt at, you know, here in the States at a British accent. And they'll kind of look at me like, okay, what is this person about? You know, what is she thinking? What is she doing? And, but, you know, we'll say, oh, love, how are you doing today? It's good to see you. Glad to see you. I don't know how you feel about that one, Yasmin, but that's kind of like my poor version attempt at it. But anyway, but she'll be doing that the whole weekend, you know. But anyway, well, I hope everybody had a good Easter. Was the Easter bunny good to you guys? Did you get some chocolate today? I bought my own, by the way. I love the South accent. See, it comes, I know it comes through. But I love hearing the language purely spoken, if you will, and nobody in the States take offense to that. I mean, it is what it is, okay? But, you know, I'm a logophile, and I don't know if you know what that is, but it's a lover of words. I love new words, and I love learning words. I know that's probably nerdy and geeky, and I'm probably, you know, but, you know, being a Gemini, you know, we're always, you know, looking at probably otherwise useless information, and so many times I'm doing that sort of thing. You had chocolate ice cream. Where's mine? Where's mine? Jerome, where's mine? Right? I love chocolate, and but I'm a nerd and a Gemini next. You're a Gemini? Okay, well I'm a double Gemini. I'm a Gemini sun and a Gemini rising. And rising, okay. So you come across probably as a social butterfly then, I would imagine, which I do too. I'm not really sure, you know, I get confused whether it's my rising or my sun that's influencing my behavior, but I do know I'm very, very air as far as, you know, behaviorally and, you know, that kind of thing. But, you know, it's kind of weird. Empress Within, good to see you, friend. How are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome in, Empress in. We are literally just talking about Easter and spring and, you know, a bit introverted, but I'm very curious too. Me too. I'm an introverted extrovert or an extroverted introvert, whichever you want to call it. Like, I enjoy interacting with people, but then I've got to have my alone time, my solitude, to kind of recharge my batteries. And you know, and they say that's an empath thing. You know, I kind of think we all have empathic abilities. I really do. I think because we're influenced by each other's energy. You know, you get around a bunch of people who are, you know, not vibing well, you're going to feel it if you don't shield yourself. And, you know, even shielding is work, energetic work to do that. I mean, you know, you have to if you learn those skills, right? But I've got a video I did a while back. It's on one of my playlists. I know it's in the Life Preserver, and it's about grounding and centering and shielding and that sort of thing. And it kind of, you know, gives a little bit of tips on how to do that. If you guys haven't, I don't know if you guys know it, but I have some playlists that are, you know, it's not always me talking. I mean, it's other people that I've linked into that as well. People, you know, who have videos and stuff that I have found helpful and useful along my path. And when I find new stuff, I add new stuff to it. And I do stuff sometimes too. I haven't done anything myself in a while, like at least 2 or 3 weeks, okay? But at any rate, but I really like those playlists, having them there, because it talks about shadow work and heartbreak and healing and how to deal with all of that. And it talks about, and then I have one about twin flames and soulmates, which I have a radically different view than the traditional twin flame community does. I found it to be my truth. And then I found out afterwards, not long afterwards, the Peace Dealer did a video that was kind of similar to my take on it. And so I linked that in my twin flame playlist as well. I watch the Peace Dealer sometimes. Peace Dealer's pretty cool. He's pretty on top of things. I don't know if any of you watch the Peace Dealer. You know, I don't know, but he's definitely a spiritual individual, you know. Definitely. But Sunshine Gemini, I like your name. That's cute. I hope you have you've watched him, Yasmin. He's pretty awesome. Hey, I've got another one that is amazing. And I don't know if I stumbled upon, I don't believe in coincidences or accidents, not really. But I kind of like just not really realizing it, stumbled onto a quite spiritual individual. I was watching, of all things, on Facebook on Watch, a poetry thing came up, and this thing is now linked into one of my playlists, and it's called What You Are Looking For Is Yourself. It's Adam Rowe or Roa, and I may be saying that wrong, but it's spelled R-O-A, Adam Roa. And he is very gifted, but he's also highly spiritual. And as I watch him, his views are very, very closely aligned with mine. And he's got like 40s, Queen of Cups. Oh, you think I would like Queen of Cups? Okay, I'll look at that. Peace Dealer just got a 5 rating. Wow. Okay. But you guys should check out Adam Rowe. He's not a tarot reader, but he is highly spiritual. But another thing that I like about him is sometimes his stuff is short, which is pretty cool for me because I'm double Gemini with ADHD. Do I need to go down that path, or can y'all kind of understand that I like, short stuff, right? And so that, I like him for a lot of reasons. But he does spoken word is his name of his poetry. He's extremely gifted as a poet. I mean, he is... just a genius with the way he words things, My Virgo bestie is a poet, among many other things. He's highly spiritual as well, and he writes poetry. I wish he would publish, because he writes poetry that would bring tears to your eyes, and he does that many times as he's working through issues spiritually. Sometimes he does it as a part of, that's how he does shadow work many times. Is, some of his most beautiful poetry has come about in the throes of him doing his own shadow work. So it's kind of beautiful, and it touches your heart many times. Speaking, who here likes poetry? Anybody like poetry? I'm a big Robert Frost. I love Robert Frost. I like Edgar Allan Poe a lot too. But I'm really, in more recent years, been drawn to Robert Frost. He has a poem that brings tears to my eyes, and I know you've all heard of it. It's called Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. And I never really, until fairly recently, got that poem and what it was really about. Are you guys, who's familiar with that poem? Anybody ever heard of that? You like poetry, Jerome? I don't know. Do you guys know of the poem that I'm talking about? Basically, You Love Mending Walls by Frost. Okay, now I don't know of that. I love Frost though, and I'll tell you why. This one poem, and I'll, for those of you who are not familiar with the poem, and I can't recite it, but I get chills just thinking about this poem. But the guy is in a horse-drawn, I guess, sleigh. Okay, and he's in the snow, and he's coming home. He's probably like just run an errand, and he's coming home, and he's alone, and he has a horse, with and a single horse is like, taking him home. I mean, this is probably back in, the day before vehicles, when this was written. But he's going home, and he's in the snow, and he's in this sleigh, and he's going through the woods, right? He's going through a wooded trail, and it's just him and his horse, which, I'm a horse person. And so the horse, of course, has gone this path many, many times. So the horse knows this path all too well, right? And so he's going, and he's admiring the beauty and the scenery of the snow in the woods, right? And he's talking about this, and so he stops for a moment. And he just stops, and he's admiring the solitude and being alone, and he's really in contemplation, and his horse is confused, right? And his horse shakes his head like, hey, why are we stopped here? We need to get home. We have responsibilities. And the last words of the poem, the Frost, the writer says, I realize now that I have to move on because, and the last 2 lines are, miles to go before I sleep. Miles to go before I sleep. And what that is someone who is really contemplating life's responsibilities. And if you look at it that way, and they're torn because, they don't want to go back and deal with their responsibilities, but yet they know that they're not done with the things that they're supposed to accomplish in this life. Hey, Maggie, to do super chats? I don't know. I'm hesitant to, but at any rate, I didn't, Jerome, I know you said you like poetry, and so you might want to look that up, but it took me a long time to understand that that's what he's really talking about. But the horse, which is really his spirit guide, okay, says you have things left that you have to accomplish before it's time to leave this life. And so he goes home to take care of his responsibility and miles to go before I sleep. See? So I love that poem. It gives me chills every time I think about it. I also love Edgar Allan Poe. I love The Raven. Oh my God, I love The Raven and that kind of thing. I like all that dark stuff too, right? But I don't know, Maggie. I tell you, I just did 2 live all signs, and I tell you, I get so nervous. I get so, oh my God, and I get distracted. And like whenever I got off that second live, I thought, I just can't do this. I can do the Soul Fam chats, and I do great. But doing the lives, I don't know, I get this anxiety, and it just goes crazy. Maggie, what I am thinking about doing, and Rich used to do that. He do what I'm about to say. He's not doing it at the moment. He does it in spurts, but he's not doing it right now. But he'll do what he calls like 22 mini readings, and he'll just do he'll let people PayPal him ahead of time and book. I know I have chamomile tea at home, Maggie, and but at any rate, he'll let people book their questions ahead of time, and then he'll let people know like 3 or 4 days. And I'm not driving anywhere, Cashill. I'm in the car. I'm just sitting here parked in the car. But I'm going home in a minute. But anyway, but y'all, I don't know if you heard me say this earlier. I have a Capricorn individual reading, Aquarius, and Pisces that I'm going to upload here in a little bit. But and I've got personal readings that I'm uploading too. Some of them are uploading while I'm doing this live. But anyway, but with that being said, I just get nervous, and I, gosh, you wouldn't think a Gemini. I mean, I don't know what it is. I can get up and talk to a room full of bank presidents and chief executive officers and do fine. And I get in front of y'all, and I'm like, and I do better whenever I pre-record. I do great, but I get live, and I'm like, and I get distracted, and I'm just like worried about stuff. So, I don't know if I'm going to keep doing that or not, but I may do the 22 and pre-record those. So I'd be curious if y'all would be interested in doing something like that, where you book the 22 ahead of time, and, I'll just let y'all know in advance when I'm going to do that. And then, I probably won't do those live. I'll probably pre-record and upload them, and then I'll just, like let you know or whatever. And what I can do, what Rich used to do, and I know he doesn't mind me copying his, Kate, thank you. Oh, let me tell you, when that second live was over, I sat here and I thought, but what it is I'm raising my energy. I mean, I do raise my energy. I mean, reading is casting, any way you slice it. And it is for me at least, I'm channeling most of the time when I'm reading, and I'm raising my energy. And by the end, I'm just like, it's almost like, and I've never done uppers, but it's like the equivalent in my mind of just coming down from something, except it's like coming down really, really fast, And so, anyway, it's just, energies. What can I say, right? But I know Rich wouldn't mind if I stole his idea, because he's super cool. He knows he's my spiritual big bro. I mean, he's 20-something years younger than me, but he's still my spiritual big bro, But anyway, taught me so much, really a game changer. But anyway, what he does is like, if when you book it through PayPal, then you just if you want to be anonymous, then you just put like, call me, Jane, or Jim, or John, or whatever, or call me number 11, or assign me some number or whatever, and I'll know who it is. And if they want to be anonymous, then they can do it that way, or if not, then we can just say the name of who it is whenever we do the reading. I will probably pre-record and upload those though. But I would be curious if you guys would be interested in something like that. I've kind of thought about doing something like that, But anyway, so what you got on your mind? Anybody got any questions about healing, law of attraction, getting over someone, releasing someone, someone ghosted you, you don't know why, feeling lonely today? Are you feeling lonely, or did you have some time with friends and family, or did you spend the time in solitude? And if you spent the time in solitude, did you do some things for you? Did you do that spiritual bath? Did you take that walk inside yourself? Did you go inside and meditate? Did you tell yourself, awesome, Jerome, awesome, awesome, good to hear, good to hear, fantastic, fantastic. I did do some personal shadow work coaching. Okay, Andre, I definitely do that. You know, in my description box, all that stuff is in there. I'm also thinking about doing some Skype stuff. I don't know. I have Skype and do one-on-one, but I don't know if I want to do that or not. I'm just kind of experimenting. The ones that have booked that little mentoring thing that you were talking about just a while ago, Andre, I've gotten some positive feedback from that. And what I do, they'll send me some questions or issues that they're having trouble with, and I will speak to those, and then I will email them an upload to the video where I speak to those like in a video, and it's a private link. It's a private video. The only way to get it is I don't have WhatsApp, Maggie. No, ma'am. No, in fact, a lot of the scammers are using WhatsApp and trying to scam folks into making us think that it's them. So if for no other reason, I wouldn't use WhatsApp for that very reason. Yes, ma'am. They will get in the tarot readers' comments, not just mine, but like just about all the ones that I know have had trouble with this. They'll get in the comments and they'll have your, like, it'll say the tarot reader's name. It'll have the exact same channel name and my picture. Okay, they'll do that with like Rich. They'll do it. Rich has had problems. Aunt has had problems. Chris from Minnow Pond has had problems, and Tyler, of course, y'all know he's had problems. And then some people will just reach out to people, you know, instant message them. I don't know how that happens, but anyway, and they'll say, I'm Tyler from Tyler's Tarot, you know, and they'll have Tyler's picture up there, you know, send me some money and I'll book you. Well, Tyler doesn't do personal readings. Aunt doesn't do personal readings. Chris doesn't do personal readings. Rich does, but you have to do what's in his description box. He's just like me. The only way to book through him is through his description box too. But yeah, I mean, it's happened. And so, hey, Gemma, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. Hoppy Easter. Hoppy Easter. Hope you found the golden egg. But yeah, so I'm real leery of even using WhatsApp because the scammers do, you know, and so I'm real worried about that, real cautious about it. In the process of releasing, it is difficult. Yes. Kate, you know, interesting you would bring that up because I was doing a personal reading for someone, and I was talking about that in this reading that I was, something just hit my car. I think it was an acorn, but okay. And Kate, what I said, and this is really true, in this process, the very hardest thing is the release. And in my experience, I'll tell you how it was. And I can't say this is going to be the same for you. It was gradually. And there were times I thought I had released this person and I would have peace, even a month, 2 months, 3 months, and then right back. And I thought, am I ever going to get over this? Am I ever going to stop thinking about this person? I did. But I hit every minefield. I mean, every mine in the minefield. And I'm actually thankful that I did because I can speak to those now. You know, I know everything that doesn't work, or a lot of things that don't work, okay? And those are what I speak to, you know, when I do this kind of work with folks. But, you know, I don't know if, Kate, you have checked out my playlist on my channel. I don't know if you know how to find a playlist on a channel, but you literally flip over to the channel, okay, and then you go to the top. If you're on your phone, it's to the top right, and you click on playlist. And I have a playlist about shadow work. I have one about twin flames and soul connections. And we have many, many soul ties to a lot of different people, okay? And those are all on purpose and for a much higher purpose many times than we realize. And it's more often than not about more than romance. Now, certainly it's great to be romantic. I mean, that's what you want, to be romantically involved with somebody that, you know, you have this intense attraction. You know, that's exciting if you're vibing well and protected. I mean, not protect, prepared for that. Okay. But at any rate, you know, you have soulmates for a number of different reasons. This is my views on soul connections. You know, we do many lives with different people at different times. Okay. Um, you know, my bestie, nothing romantic at all. Soul connection. My daughter, intense, strong soul connection. Intense. You want to talk about having every check mark in the twin flame traditional, you know, signs and characteristics? Yes, 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 yes. We have a beautiful relationship now, but it was quite toxic for a number of years. She is 15 now. Jerome, I'm glad to hear that. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I really do. But at any rate, Jerome, I think if you don't know of Adam Roa or Roe, R-O-A, I think you would really like him. And Z, I'm not doing personal readings right now. We have put the cards down. We are in chill mode. We're talking healing and getting over people and stuff like that, and dealing with heartbreak. Kate, there's a lot of stuff in there about heartbreak. There's some stuff I have linked in there. Hey, Tammy Fletcher, I am back. I am back. We're in chill mode now. But Kate, also the thing that's cool about my playlist is I've got some stuff linked in there from Russell Brand, where he talks about dealing with heartbreak too. It's some pretty. I think I've got a couple of videos of his in there. I love Russell Brand. You know, Russell Brand, his command of the English language and his vocabulary, you know, and honestly, the way he speaks is like he's got to be an Aquarius. I mean, I really don't know if he is, but he is so cerebral. He is highly intelligent. And quite honestly, sometimes I think his teachings could be hard to understand. Okay, but I love him to death. He has got a beautiful energy. Drama of my siblings and children. I get it. And thank you for that. And I may not say this right, Gaurav. I appreciate that. But anyway, but you know what? Seriously though, Gemma, you know, sometimes it all starts in the family dynamic. Okay, Gaurav, enough, or we're going to have to, you know, take care of you. And because I don't want you to leave the chat, but you know, you can't spam me. Okay. I see what you're saying. Okay. But anyway, you really want to open your heart to someone, you know, just do it. You just do it. Okay, bye, Gaurav. You're now blocked from my channel completely. Okay, so now let's have some peace again. Thank y'all so much. All right, so at any rate, and I may not, but anyway, confess to someone that I really want to open my heart to because I feel a need to. You know, just do it. I mean, just do it. Thank you, Gemma. But okay, Gemma, I was speaking of what you were saying. It many times does start in the family dynamic. My parents did the best that they could. I don't hold them responsible. They're responsible for what they did. Okay, let me just put this another way. They are responsible for what they did. At the same time, they were broken themselves. So I see things as they are. I'm very, very close to my dad. My mom has passed away, but I'm very close to my dad. And we have now healed our relationship. Took a lot of time and a lot of work on me. Okay. But my childhood was extremely toxic, very, very traumatic. It was, you know, not unusual for the cops to be called to my house by the neighbors. There were many times that I fled my home when I was a child, running barefoot down the street with very little clothes on because I would be in my night clothes as a young child out of fear. So it started there, okay? It started from a very tough situation. And thank you very much for that. And I don't, I'm just a girl with a passion, So I lived most of my life not having peace. And I thought peace was a myth. And so when I finally, over the age of 50, found peace, I couldn't stop talking about it. And so I had to start a YouTube channel, right? Yeah. Well, you know what, Tammy? I'm thankful for every experience because it was all supposed to happen. If I had not experienced those things, and yes, okay, and your father was just a preacher. I get it, Gemma. I get it. And I came up in a very strict religious background as well. And a lot of the teachings from, that dynamic shaped my whole view about my work, my self-worth, and that I needed something outside of me to be whole and to be made better than I was. And thank you, Gemma. But along that path, before I finally had there were several experiences in my life that should have been tower moments, but this hardhead, okay, it took literally losing everything I had financially. I lost the clothes on my back. I lost my furniture. I certainly lost my romantic partner. My daughter, I lost temporarily, okay, not custody wise, but just, I mean, I might as well have, honestly. And my dad and my mom, of course, had passed away. I lost every friend I had. I had nobody. Literally, I had no choice but to deal with me. No choice. I mean, the universe put me flat on my behind, okay? And and so it was supposed to happen. And along that path, if you can think of a way to be in self-destruct mode, you can bet that I did it. There's not much, and I reaped I dealt with the consequences. I really really did. And it's okay because it made me in a place where, and you know what, Jerome, good that you are still learning. um I think we're all learning. And you know what, Jerome? It's okay to like being alone because if you don't enjoy your company, hey, Autumn, if you don't enjoy your company, how can anybody else come to enjoy your company, right? There you go. There you go. I used to think I had to have somebody in my life until the big tower moment that we talk about sometimes. I was this person that bounced from person to person. I had a joke with my bestie, who's the flavor of the week, right? And because I thought I had to have somebody because I wasn't whole in here. And I was looking for the right thing, like Rich Lop says in that video that I have linked in my playlist. I was looking for the right thing, but in the wrong place. In the wrong place. And let me tell you, I made damn good money during that time. Let me tell you, I lived the life of Riley, okay? I walked in the BMW place, paid cash for a red BMW convertible on the showroom floor and drove it off the showroom floor. And I had a lot of reasons that I should have been grateful, okay? I was so full of myself. I mean, egotistical, but again, egotistical is selflessness, self-worth issues all day long. And I was hiding behind a mask, honestly. And, I lived the life of Riley, but I went in self-destruct mode and I destroyed everything. I lost my career as an accountant for a long time. And, talking about manifestation, I meant you can manifest the wrong thing that's not right for you. Okay. I manifested jobs after I, finally kind of came back around and kind of recovered and started to build myself up from a major, major career fail. Okay. And I was in self destruct mode. I really was. And, I've attempted suicide. Yes, I have. And I'm an accountant, and I did something really, really stupid and I paid the consequences for it. When I rebuilt myself, I decided that I was going to, I worked as a server for a while after that. And then when I rebuilt myself, and I did quite well as a server, being a Gemini, I was able to read people, I could read people's energy and I knew how to do whatever I needed to do. And I made really good money when I was serving. But anyway, I decided, okay, I'm tired of working when everybody else is playing. And, I just want to get back into accounting just for that reason. So I did. I was miserable for several years and, things never did work out, never did work out. Be start, stop. And I was miserable and started thinking about doing a YouTube channel actually a year before I did. And actually reached out to Rich and said, hey, what do you think? And he said, do it, do it. And I waited a year before I did, but it really wasn't time. I had a few more lessons and things that I had to experience before it was time to step into this. And when I tell you that my own ascension and my own learning and my own journey has gone, to rocket speed since starting the channel, it's, challenged me in the best of ways. Okay. So, it's been done whatever you can imagine to self-destruct. Okay. I really have. And I think really with the accounting thing, there, I think I knew subconsciously that it wasn't for me. And probably that has to do a lot with the reasons why I did the things I did. Okay. And unfortunately, there were people who got caught in that crossfire and got hurt. Okay. And trust and believe, it took me a long time to realize this, throwing cards for myself, Gemma. I have, but it's really hard to read for yourself, because you have to not have a preconceived idea or thought about when you read. And quite honestly, whenever I like reading without a backstory, you know what I mean? Because it influences your thoughts about it. Do you know what I'm saying? If that makes any sense. And when I get readings that are booked, personal readings, and they'll give me a big backstory. Happy Easter, Sierra. Happy Easter. I hope the Easter Bunny was good to you, Sierra. But when you get a backstory, when a lot of people send me a long backstory, and this is, I know they're trying to help me when they do that, okay? And so I just, I let them do it, and that's fine. But I try not to read a lot of it because I don't want it to influence my opinion of, because I don't want to sit here and read all the things that a person may have done to my person who's asking for the reading, and me to think, oh, well, my God, they're a scoundrel, because that can give a false reading. It can influence the reading, and it should not do it. And I don't want Andre. You know what? If you send a backstory, it's okay. But yeah, just the 3 questions is fine. But what I do is, and it's not me ignoring you. It is not. And it's not that I don't care, because I do. I really, really care more than you can imagine. Okay. But I try not to I try not to read too much of that, because I don't want to have a preconceived opinion about the situation that I'm reading about, if that makes sense, because it does really, Gemma, influence things. And I will tell y'all this. Uh, you've heard me talk about the universe will test you, right? Well, I don't know. It's been since I started my channel, right? An intense soul connection crossed my path, okay? And, oh my God, look, everything looked good on paper. Everybody I talked to was all like this about very physically attractive, very dynamic, fill up a room, King of Wands kind of energy. He wasn't even a fire sign, but he might as well have been, right? But handsome, very spiritual. Okay, oh my goodness, something. Everything that I saw, heard, smelled, tasted, felt, looked. I mean, this one looked like just the one. Okay. Something in my gut. I was like, why am I feeling this? Why am I feeling this way, right? Why have I got these misgivings when everybody that knows this person, everything that I see, and the way that this person acts toward me, so it was early on in the connection. I mean, I didn't get very far down this path. I mean, this is over just the course of days, okay? It didn't even last a week, the whole thing. And I thought everything looks great. So, Gemma, here's what I did. I said, all right. Oh my God. Gemma, email me. I want to tell you something. Just remember the comment you just made and email me, okay? Email me. That's all I'm going to say about that, okay? All right. That's all I'm going to say. But anyway, email me, Gemma. Just email me and say, just tell me, just email me so I can tell you this, because you're going to freak out. at what I just got in the synchronicities. Holy crap from your comment. Okay, now back to the story. So with that being said, here's how this played out. So in my gut, right at the initial onset, I'm like, something is just not feeling right. Something is not gelling and that kind of thing, right? And so I went to the cards, okay? And I didn't have any preconceived notions. And I said, okay, we're going to ask one question, a yes or no question, and we're going to pull one card. Point blank period, right? Thank you, Gemma. And but anyway, so I said, I'm going to pull one card. And I said, and I started shuffling, and I said, is this person being honest with me? Is this person being honest with me? And I shuffle, pull one card, and it's the Ace of Swords in the freaking reverse. Not being truthful. Not seeing some things. The literal meaning of that card in the reverse is not seeing the most important thing. Intuition kicked in. So I still was questioning. Okay, so then, Gemma, I go back and I'm like, okay, well, it's just because I can't read for myself. I'm just, so I'm going to really just go to my spirit guides, okay? And I'm going to spend some time in solitude and, really meditate and just really dig deep within myself, right? And so I did. And everything was telling me red flag, red flag, red flag. But I saw nothing, okay? Nothing. So then I said, okay, my Gemini mind is pretty good. I can find stuff. I can't explain how. I do have Cancer in my Venus, Sierra. But anyway, so I decided, okay, if all this is true and I can't, if all this is true, universe, spirit guides, then help me see what I'm not seeing. Right? So I started digging. And I won't say how I found this, but this person had another social media account that I didn't know about, right? Logan, I don't know what's wrong with you, honey. If you need some help, hit my shadow work playlist. If you're spamming, you're going to get deleted here in just a minute, okay? So just, I don't know what's wrong with you, and I don't know why you're calling me mommy, but I'm not your mama. Okay, so at any rate, so I started digging, y'all. And I found the other social media account, and lo and behold, he had bounced from relationship to relationship to relationship. He had lied to me about how long he had been divorced. He ain't been divorced that long. He had been married for like 20-something years, so he hadn't had time to heal that, and then he bounced into 6 relationships in a year and a half, and had only been divorced a year and a half. Yep. Oh, okay. Okay. So anyway, with that being said, so I found all that stuff out. Yes, big time player, big time player. Sorry, Jerome, I was having to get rid of a couple of folks. I just booted some folks. Even a channel massage. Y'all, I've already had 3 stalkers. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. Yep, it's ridiculous. But anyway, and this is the thing. 90% of my viewers, 91% to be exact on my analytics, are female. I'm 57 years old next month. I mean, come on, go find a 25-year-old blonde, buxom babe, what? I mean, really, But yes, Jerome, yes. But players, yeah, he was playing, and I don't really get that he was cheating. Yeah, well, it's okay, Empress Within, because I can mod for myself when I'm doing whatever it is I'm talking about. Whenever I'm doing the chats, and they were here. They were here for 2 long all signs, so I got to hand it to them. They got me whenever the chips are down, because I can't watch the comments when I read, But anyway, but yeah, it was right there in front of me, and I saw it all, and so that confirmed my reading, my intuition, my spirit guides, and my meditation. So from then on. And really that happened not too long after I started my channel, and I was like, okay. And then it was really weird, because then all of a sudden my intuitive ability really ramped up, and man, it's like I can see energy. Holy crap, it's just crazy. Oh, y'all can block? I didn't know that. Can you block the whole thing? Now, I can block them from my channel, which is what I just did. So I did that, Sierra. They're just, you know, of course they, sometimes, you know, I don't know, like on Tyler's channel, sometimes they'll come back under different names and crap like that. And it's like, psh, whatever, you know, whatever. But Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Neptune, Pisces, very intuitive, total part psychic, very possibly, very possibly. You know, and I don't know if there's a difference in being psychic and channeling. I definitely channel many times, and I don't know if you got, if those of you who are spiritual, you're going to know what I'm talking about. If you've watched me for any length of time, yes, there is a one on every corner. You just got to watch the minds in the minefield, right, Tammy? But anyway, those of you who are pretty spiritually in tune, when I channel, my facial expression will change, and sometimes my whole dynamic will change. And because I've noticed, I will go back and watch some of my readings, and I will say stuff that I'm like, where did I get that? And honestly, some of the quotes in my little 3x5 deck are things that my spirit guides channel through me in a reading. And oh, jelly of me, I don't know about that. I mean, I guess we all got haters, but it's all right. I don't really give a flying flip. You know, it is what it is, you know. But Kim Walsh, thank you. That's very sweet of you to say. I say this, if I help one person, I've done my job, and I have made myself happy, because I feel like I've done what I was supposed to do. And if I help more than one, well, then great, you know. And you know what it's all about? I'm going to tell you this. Rich Lopp, you know, I watched him and his journey. You know, I've been a subscriber of Rich's for probably about 3 years, right? But anyway, I've been a subscriber of his for about 3 years, and I argued with him a lot at first, and then I saw that what he was talking about worked, because I watched his own life unfold in front of me, and it was pretty darn amazing. And then I stopped arguing with him and started doing what he said, and it started working. I love me some Rich now. That's my homie right there. That's my soul big bro. And I know he's 20 years younger than me, but it is what it is. Love me some. His teachings were the game changer, honestly. But thank you so much. But you know, it's really funny, energetically, how people cross our paths. Sometimes they stay, sometimes they don't. And it just has to do with, you know, vibration. And, you know, sometimes if you're working on yourself, you might pass along somebody, and either they continue to work on themselves or they don't. And they'll kind of go out of your energy and things of that nature, right? And so it's that kind of thing. I've had that happen even recently in my path. Another creator, really funny, because those of you who watch Rich, you probably know Rich has boosted me 4 times. I think he shared my stuff, and every time he does, my subscriber count would go up. Okay, and I would get just a lot of manifestation from him helping me. It was amazing. I hope, my dream is to collab with Rich. That is my dream. If that ever happens, y'all, just know that I'm living the dream if that ever happens, okay? But, and it was a dream to collab with Tyler, and y'all, I was so nervous, I was about hyperventilating, okay? I was so scared. But at any rate, but Rich's teachings were the game changer. Yes, Tracy is amazing. I love her. And, you know, she channels. She does. She does. She's pretty amazing. She's got a sweet energy, too. She's got a really sweet energy. I really like, you know, she's very authentic. I think she speaks her truth and that sort of thing. He does provide great advice, Andre. I agree fully. And it was his little nuggets along the path, his own path, and watching his thankful for him. Yes, oh my God, I'm so thankful. But he said this, and I fully agree. He said, you know, I'm not, you know, Tracy, what's her channel name? I subscribe to her and I can't remember. Look, Jim, I don't know if you watch Rich, but it's been a recent collab. I think it was yesterday or day before. Stacy First, you're so sweet. Yeah, she doesn't talk much, but buddy, when she does, man, she opens that mouth and them truths come out. But she's sweet about it. But she speaks her truth, you know. She's got a very sweet energy about her. I really like her. You know, she's kind of no nonsense and sweet, and I just think she's very much together and balanced is what I get, you know, from her. And a sweetness, you know, an authenticity. you know. And at the end of the day, that's what we're all striving for, is just to step into our own identity, right? Our own authentic self, you know. Um, Tyler talks. Yes, I saw that. I saw his collab with Flo. I sure did. That was pretty energetic, definitely. Um, oh, okay, yeah, yeah. Go take a look. But pretty energetic. Dynamic there, and Tyler was pretty excited because he got to meet somebody that he had watched on TV, so it was pretty cool for him, and I was happy for him that he got to do that. It was certainly going live with Tyler was certainly a game changer as well. He gave a tremendous opportunity that I was not going to let pass me by, and so there you go. It's kind of like see an opportunity, you're scared, you're hyperventilating, you just jump in anyway because it's like it's the one shot deal. It's now or never kind of thing, right? And you just jump right in, and that's what I did. So, you know, and I was following a dream, following a passion, following what I believe I'm supposed to be doing anyway, right? And I'm not an expert. I'm an expert in my own experiences. Now, that I can speak to with authority, okay? That's about it. But I am an authority on what I have experienced, okay? And I've learned a lot of lessons. And for every single setback, I look back and I'm very thankful because it made me who I am today, right? Hard when people try to focus to come out of my shell. I get it. I get it. You know, I do. And, you know, you guys probably wouldn't believe this, but most of the, until I was 17, I was a wallflower and I was so shy. Oh my goodness, I was shy. I was bullied in school. I mean, y'all, I went through it all. Am I a victim? No. Now, they did wrong, but I took responsibility to heal it. Yes, I did, right? There you go, Jenny Jen. There's my girl. There's my little Aquarius pal right there. There she is. Y'all, she's a runner. Jenny Jen is a runner. Yeah, Tyler's, yeah, I don't know, talk or whatever. I'm outside and there are ants everywhere. Gemma, don't get ant bitten, honey. My goodness. Get out them ants, girl. Gemma, I'm going to tell you something. You're always putting those taco emojis on my stuff. I love tacos. And okay, I'll admit it. I know it's bad, but I like the Taco Bell Doritos Locos Tacos Supreme. Okay? And I have to have it about at least 3 or 4 times a week. And Gemma, you put them darn tacos up there, and I'm like, I got to make a run for the border. Yo quiero Taco Bell, right? Holy crap, right? So I know it's bad. I know it's junk food, you know, but it is what it is. But you know what's interesting, though? Since I started my channel, I started on my walks again, and I've lost about 7 pounds. Not since I started my channel, but like in the last probably month. Look at you! Oh my God, Doritos. Oh, I know. Y'all know what else I like is Chicken Salad Chick has this flavor called Dixie Chick. Oh my God, I am addicted to Dixie Chick from Chicken Salad Chick, y'all. I have to have that with red Doritos. I know it's crazy, but it goes together in my mind, so it works, right? Are you Latina? Okay, man. Okay, I'm coming to your house for tacos. You'll show me what the real tacos are. I bet you see the Taco Bell tacos and just laugh. I bet you can make some serious good food. Yummy. Oh, my goodness. My goodness, Gemma. I do. I love Mexican food in general. Of course, I heard that the Mexican food around here is more like Tex-Mex. It's not really authentic like what the real, like true authentic, you know, type recipes and stuff are. I mean, I just love food, period. I love Italian food. I love, you know, just about anything. Turkey meat, unseasoning. Oh, yummy. I bet you do, Gemma. I bet you do. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm a meat and vegetables kind of girl, too. I like, you know, I love like cabbage and stuff like that. And, you know, Rich's channel is Rich Lop, RICHLOPP. He is worth a look. But let me tell you where the real nuggets are, Yolanda. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. He has 2 channels. His tarot channel is Rich Lop, RICHLOPP. But he has a second channel called Rich and Leah. And every Saturday and Sunday morning, he goes live for a chat. And let me tell you, that's the learning. that's where you pick up the gold. Okay, that's where the real nuggets are. And now he's good. He gives a lot of good advice like that in his readings too, but he really gets deep and in depth in Rich and Leah. Oh my goodness, that's phenomenal. His fiance's name is Leah, and she's quite lovely. She is a lovely, lovely energy and a lovely girl, and so kind of funny their whole story too. But yes, Kim Walsh, definitely, definitely, I would recommend. I mean, if y'all like me, you would probably like Rich, because he will drop truth. He reads the cards like they come out, and he's heavy on advice whenever he reads too, like me. You know, I'm like him. Energies are slated to go a certain way, but we can disrupt them and change them, and we give advice to kind of help you there. Hey, Crystal Cage, sup, girl, sup, sup, sup. Chicken baby. Wow, interesting. Yes, definitely. Blowing the dragon smoke. That is hilarious. Yeah. He's got his energy is big. It is. But I mean that in a great way. You know, it's like dynamic. He's very dynamic. And it's really funny because I don't even think he realizes it. Maybe he does. I don't know. But I stumbled across him and Tyler about the same time. And you know, when I first stumbled on Rich, I thought, you know, because he was reading, and he would, yes, but he was reading, and you know, he would always say, well, you know, Gemini X is not coming back, and I'm like, well, this guy don't know what he's talking about, you know. And I would argue, and then even though I said that, I booked personal readings 3 different times with him over the course of the time that I was subscribed to him. Always the same. Is the cancer coming back? Is the cancer coming back? Is the cancer coming? And I know he got, bless his heart, he was so sweet. I know he got tired of me. I know he did. But back in the day, he used to go live on Facebook and do the 22 readings on there, the little mini readings that I'm talking about doing. And I was a Facebook mod of his. Okay, it was pretty cool, pretty fun back in the day. I don't even know if he remembers that, but anyway. Hey, Cheryl, sup, girl, sup, sup, sup. We are chatting and talking about all things spiritual, all things not spiritual. But anyway, yeah, I'm just kind of reading through the comments a little bit. Hope everybody, I hope the Easter Bunny was good to everybody. Oh, thank you so much. Welcome, welcome, Lisa. So good to have you. You know, that Gemini energy, what can I say, right? We are what we are, you know, the good and the bad, right? You know, I laugh and I say, but when a Gemini steps into their power, woo, but when they don't, right? You know, it's just like with any sign, right? Teresa, 90 Day Fiance. I have not watched that. You know, I don't watch, you know, I have a TV in my room. And I never turn it on. But you know what I do watch? Whenever I watch stuff, I will binge on Criminal Minds. Oh my God. Okay. Can we just like get off spiritual stuff for just a second and just really, you know, be 3D a little bit and talk about like y'all want to know who my real twin flame is? It's Hotch. Okay, Hotch is my true twin flame. Yes, and my soul child, that would be the good Dr. Reed. Yes. Okay, my soul sister is Penelope. Yes, all day long, right? And yes, I don't know who watches those, but anyway, yes, Law and Order is good. Yes, it is. I watch documentaries a lot too, y'all. Sometimes I watch about, like, you know, I'm a big conspiracy theorist. And oh, I love ID, Crystal Cage. Oh my God, I haven't watched it in a long time, but I do. I like true crime stuff. I like documentaries about serial killers. Yes, I'm very dark. I know it's ridiculous. Empress Within, you're so funny. But I like, and I watch stuff like The World's Toughest Prisons. Every once in a while, I'll get stuck on that. And then I watch stuff about the drug trade. Hey, Sorensen, good to see ya. Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. But yeah, but you know, because I've been working my channel so much lately, and I had a lot of personal readings right after the thing with Tyler. In fact, y'all, I had about 40 personal readings booked in 3 days. I did so many personal readings that I got laryngitis, and then I had to go 24 hours without talking, which of course put me dead in the water. And then I got more behind on personal readings, which I was thankful to have, but I had to email a few people and say, hey, I'm running behind, and they were so sweet, of course. Teresa, I like the Bundy documentary too. Was he not creepy? You know, and I mean, you know, the funny thing is like, if you looked at Bundy from the side and you didn't see a picture where he was making eye contact, I mean, to me, I could see that he was very, very attractive, right? I mean, very, very attractive. But, you know, and I could see how he could draw people in. But at any rate, but if you looked him straight in the eye, oh, give me creeps, right? You know? Just give me creeps. Yes, Crystal Cage. And it came at a great time because my daughter is turning 16 next month. So, I would have gotten in the car with him. There was a time. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hey, y'all want to hear a funny story? Speaking of getting in the car with people. You know, back in the day when my self-esteem was something different than it is now, I probably could have been easy serial killer prey. I have put myself in some of the most dangerous situations, going right in the car with a total stranger. I can't tell you the number of times, okay? Back in the day, back before. Okay, well, I guess this was maybe a year and a half ago or something like this. I don't even fool with dating sites much anymore because I just got frustrated. But you have a 16-year-old daughter. Mine will be 16 next month. Yes. Oh my goodness, it is fun teaching them to drive. It can be a little nervous at times too. But anyway, so okay, here's my funny story from about a year ago, dating site story. And y'all, I could write a book just about dating site experiences back for whenever I messed with them, and I don't anymore. But about a year ago, a guy crossed my path, and he seemed like he was kind of spiritual, you know, and he kind of said all the right things. And I thought, my daughter's a Taurus, Sierra. Wow, that's funny. But anyway, he talked, you know, and I even back then I was so picky, you know. And unapologetically still. But he really, you know, and we talked on the phone. We had some really good conversation. And he said, well, you know, let's meet up. I said, okay, let's meet for a drink or whatever, right? And I said, well, okay. I said, I'm going to this place on Saturday night. I'm going to play trivia, a place that I go to, or hadn't gone in a while, but I used to go a lot. And I'm going to go play trivia. Just meet me there, and we'll play trivia, and da-da-da. And he's like, okay. And so, you know, so we're going to meet. I think we were going to meet at like 7 or whatever, right? Just say 7 for hypothetical, whatever. And so I get in the car and I'm driving, right? And the phone rings at 6:15 and it's him. And I answer the phone. He said, hey, I'm so sorry. He said, I don't know what's going on. He said, I've got problems. He said, my roommate borrowed my car and I told them to be back and I don't know what's wrong because they're not back. And, you know, I just don't have a way to get there. And, you know, I know I only live 5-10 minutes from there and never asked me for a ride. Hear how charming this was. And her big 3, Taurus, Aries, and Libra. Taurus, sun, Aries moon, and Libra rising. Scorp, you're never late. You're just on time, Scorp love. But anyway, so listen to how cool this was, okay, this dating site story. So I'm in the car, 6:15, I'm on the way there. The phone rings, I answer the phone, I'm having trouble, I'm in my car, I think something's wrong, and I don't know what to do, I have no way to get there. I mean, if I could just get a ride up there, you know, and I said, and oh, he had just told me how he had won like $8,000 the night before at the casino. And he'd also told me how he had invested in Bitcoin and made a lot of money doing that. So obviously, the guy's sitting pretty supposedly okay, fine. I don't care about your money one way or the other. I got me on that, but okay, I don't need that one way or the other. But okay, so at any rate, so he's like, and I said, well, what? And I'm not gonna go get him. I'm not vibing like that. I'm not needing to see you that bad, okay? And he says, I just don't know what to do. Like, and the silence, okay, like I'm supposed to say, oh, don't worry, I'll come get you. No. This chick says, well, why don't you call Uber? Well, I always get mixed up. The last time I did that, you know, I just don't want to spend the money. Okay, supposedly he lives 5 minutes away. He just won thousands of dollars the night before in the casino, and he's rich from investing off of Bitcoin, and he doesn't want to drop $10 on an Uber, right? Okay, so things really stop adding up, right? And I said, well, I don't know what to say. Well, I hate it for you. I'm going to play trivia with or without you, right? And I said, you know, I don't know what to tell you. And he said, well, I just, you know, if I could just get a ride up there. And I said, well, you know, can you call a friend or call a cab or whatever? I don't know, but I guess and so I was like, I guess I'll just catch you next time then. That's fine, no problem. And I really was like vibing fine. I was excited because I'm going to see my crowd regardless, right? Because I got a crowd that I hang with up there when I go play trivia, right? So I decided I was going to put this whole thing to the test, right? So he messages me back. He texts me then once I got to the place, and he says, I was kind of hoping we could go to the casino, which from there would have been an hour and a half drive. Okay, so you know what that means. He's trying to get me in the car with him, right? Well, and I'm like, what? I'm thinking to myself, okay, we can go to the casino, but I'm taking my car. I ain't got no problem dropping, you know, $7, $8, $10 in my car to get to the casino. It's worth, you know, my life is worth far more than the $10 it would take to get to and from there, okay? And you're not riding with me, and I'm not riding with you because I don't know you from Adam's house cat, right? And so Tyler has potato head, right? This is a potato head story, except it's really more sinister than that. So I said, once I got there, I thought, let's just test this out. So I messaged him back when he texted me, and I said, well, gosh, I was kind of hoping we could go to the casino too. 10 minutes he's there. 10 minutes he shows up. I don't know how he got a ride, right? By this time I had ordered some wings, and I was, you know, drinking my drink and eating my wings, right? And I had eaten one wing, and I decided I didn't want the rest of them. You know, I really wasn't that hungry. And so there's like 7 wings sitting on my plate. And I'm like, whatever, you know, I don't care. And hear me out. This wing story is part of the important part of the story, right? So he comes in. I've never laid eyes on him before. And he comes in. He's like, hey, you ready to go to the casino? And he said, and I said, well, I kind of wanted to play for a little bit first. I was going to see how this was going to roll out. This is me just kind of messing with him, right? And because I already knew intuitively, I knew what this was about. And so I love wings too, Scorp. But anyway, so I was just really messing with him at this point. I had no intention of, this was totally a game at this point, okay? And so, so he said, well, he said, my buddy's in the car, and he said, we were going to meet his girlfriend. She is over there, and we were going to meet her over there. Me and you and him were going to ride over there. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And I said, well, you know, if we go, I'm going to take my own car. And I said, you know, that's really what I want to do. And he said, are you going to eat those wings? And I said, no. And he said, you ought to take them home. And I said, I'm not going to take them home. I said, they'll just go in my fridge and ruin. I never eat leftovers. I should, but I don't. And he said, well, I'll take them. So he puts the wings in there. And he says, I'll see you later. It was the last I ever saw or heard from him. Never paid for the wings. It was so funny. I was totally planning. Isn't it scary? And let me tell you something. 4 years ago, I would have jumped right in the car with him, and I probably would be in a ditch somewhere right now had that happened. Oh, worse than a taker, Scorp. Probably a serial rapist or killer. He was doing everything in his power from 6:15 until the time he left. When he first called me trying to get me to come get him to begin with, he was trying to get me in the car by myself. So, you know, if you want to get on a dating site, fine, but please, for God's sake, don't have enough self-esteem if somebody is trying to get you alone before you are comfortable, that is a huge red flag. Don't ignore it. Yes, trying to isolate you. You were darn right. Meet them somewhere in a public place, and don't ever give out your address or where you work, because I've made those mistakes both times too. Okay? Don't do it. Yeah, human trafficking. I mean, who knows, Scorp Love? But I can tell you this much. It wasn't anything good that was planned for me. No, not at all. And if he had a buddy in the car, you know what I think, right? I mean, let's just call it like we see it, right? Did I ever Google him? No, but you know what I did do, Crystal? I didn't Google him, but you know what I did do? I went on his Facebook, and do you know what is hilarious? Okay, and you know, not to throw shade at anybody else, but we all have our spirituality, and it is important to me about my own spirituality. So I'm not a Bible thumper. I'm probably the opposite, but I too try to live a very ethical life, and I treat people like I want to be treated, okay? But I'm not indoctrinated into thinking that I need someone to make me whole, or that my husband has the last word of the household. Not that. No, 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 that's not me. And that's not really how it's supposed to be. But at any rate, because of my beliefs, in my own profile, it said, if you are, really into your church, I'm probably not your cup of tea. So that's pretty evident. And I even discussed this with him, right? And he's like, oh no, I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm like, I read tarot. He's like, I'm cool, because this was back before my channel, but I was still reading. I'm like, I read tarot for people, and, this and that and the other. I'm highly spiritual and all this kind of stuff. So I go on his Facebook after the fact. And Crystal Cage, I go on his Facebook, and it is Bible verse after Bible verse after Bible verse, which is all well and good. I respect anybody's belief, but he's sitting there totally lying to me, telling me something opposite of what he really was, at least on his Facebook. Now, I don't know what he really was, but I know he puts on a face on Facebook for one place and then something else for somebody else, probably, to draw people into that for sinister reasons, the same way that he tried to draw me in, right? But at any rate, just an overall, I don't even get player. I really get, I almost called the police, but I didn't, but I probably should have. But, I didn't have, how the law is. I mean, Christy, I do readings. I do personal readings, and I also do like healing and mentor type stuff. Christy, I have a channel, that is just loaded with tarot readings. Yes, he was a psycho, Cheryl, but Christy, it's loaded with tarot readings, and I also do personal readings. If you're interested in that, it's all in the description box below my most recent video on my channel. So I would definitely love to have you join my soul fam and subscribe to my family if you like my readings, okay? But yes, he was trying to bait people. Stalker all day long. Yep. I had another stalker one time. I made the mistake one time. This goes back several years ago. I told a guy where I was working, and, he kept calling me, and I didn't want anything to do with him. Next thing I know, I walk outside. And, of course, at this point, this is back when I was serving tables, right? I walked outside to go to my car at, like, midnight when I got off, and he was standing outside. Fortunately, one of my coworkers was with me, a male server. Hey, Aries girl, Virgo moon, happy Easter to you. But, yeah, so I learned about that. Don't tell people where you work, and don't tell people where you live until you're really feeling good about the whole situation. And I know that sounds overly guarded. And, intuition really is important in all of this. It really is. And intuition has kept me out of the ditch on that one that I just told y'all about. That was nothing short of intuitive guidance right there. So that's why it's important to meditate. It can literally save your life, right? Fake name and number. Yeah, there's a reason there's a burner app. If y'all don't know what it is, it's called Burner, and it's an app. And you pay like, what, $1.99, $2.99 for a line or something like that, right? And, yeah, and it's all about intuitive guidance, Aries girl. I knew intuitively not to trust this person. You really do, and it's a shame, and I want to say to people, and I was raised like this, and I understand why. This is good advice. I know, women many times are taught, to hold your keys where they're poking out like this between, and you walk down the street like this, and, mace in one hand and keys in the other, and we tell women that, and that's well and good, but we need to tell the men to leave us alone too and stop acting this way. It's a lot of imbalance here. It's equal responsibility for keeping places safe, right? Not too much of one, not too much of the other. But see, this is why you have the toxic feminists who hate men, that kind of thing, right? So happy Easter, Annette baby. Annette baby, so good to see ya. Happy Easter. Happy Easter to you. But yeah, I've got some personal readings that I've done that I'm getting ready to upload into, like private mode. And then I've got some readings I'm going to upload here in a little bit too. But I hope everybody had a beautiful day. The weather here has been amazing. It has probably been about 78, 80 degrees, something like that. I'm in the deep south. And we had a little cold snap, what we call a cold snap in the south, right before Easter. The last few days it was getting like into 40s or something. Like your little bunnies, Claire. That's too cute. I love the emojis. They're fun. But Gemma and those taco emojis are absolutely hilarious. I got her a basket and it had chocolate in it, Sierra. I got I got her a little jewelry set that she wanted to wear. I got her a dress the other day for her little 16th birthday party she's having. And I got her a little jewelry set, and she loved it. And I got her a Starbucks gift card, and I popped her a 20 in her card too, because girls need mad money, right? And she loves Starbucks. She likes their cake pops. I don't know if y'all have ever had those, but she loves Starbucks cake pops. So your relatives live in Tennessee. My daughter has relatives in Chattanooga, right out in Signal Mountain, right outside Chattanooga, which is beautiful area. Beautiful area. Christy, I don't know where you're from in Tennessee. Pensacola, Scorp Love. Whoa, that's incredible. You're not far from me at all. I'm on the Gulf Coast. I'm in Alabama on the Gulf Coast. Yep. I love Pensacola, man. I'm going to tell you what now. I could live in Pensacola. I could flat out. I love me some Pensacola. It's a more, for the South, it is a more progressive town. And I like Florida because no state income tax, I know Sorensen the Wings is odd. I mean, it's like, okay, you just said you've made millions in Bitcoin and $8,000 at the casino, which I agree. Whoever said he had a gambling problem, I can't remember who said that, but probably. But and that's probably the best thing we could say about him. But Lawrenceburg, okay, I've been to. Let me tell you something, Claire. My dream is to, and I know this is crazy because I know there's every kind of creepy crawly on the outback, but I just want to go so bad. I want to see Australia. I want to go beach. Perdito Key, honey, you're speaking my language now. You know what? We could sit there with some fruit drinks with the little umbrellas. Yep, we got it going on. There you go. But anyway, I'm all about it. Coconut rum and pineapple juice, right? There we go, right? But been to Fort Walton Beach, live in Jacksonville. I had, she's passed away now, but I had a great aunt in Jacksonville. But Claire, Australia, there is a place in Australia, and I don't know where it is, but you're going to know what there's a place where the dolphins come up, and they're basically tame, and I've had dreams of being there too, but it was like I was there, but I love dolphins. I really, really do. I took my daughter when she was 8. We went swimming with the dolphins in Orlando at that place. Discovery Cove. And oh my goodness, what an experience. Oh my goodness, I love dolphins. And there's also a reef there that's supposed to be absolutely beautiful. And clear water. Oh my goodness, yes. Yes, the Gold Coast. You know what I'm talking about, Claire. And you're in Washington State. Oh, well, come on, girl. Let's come on up here from Washington State. Claire is coming from Australia. She's going to join us, okay? For real. But Claire, the scenery that I see in pictures is just amazing. Yes, the Barrier Reef. I've snorkeled the Caribbean quite a few times in my life. I was very blessed to be able to do that. And there is no picture or video footage that can do the Caribbean justice. And I'm sure the same is true about Australia too. I loved the Caribbean. I loved it. Oh my goodness. And I'm not a beach girl per se, but I like the water. And I love the Caribbean because you can see through the water, because I freak out, if I can't see through the water like it is here in the Gulf. Not in Pensacola. You can see through the water in Pensacola, but you can't see through it here. From here westward, it just kind of gets more and more muddy. But yes, Claire, just come sit in Pensacola. Jenny Jen's on the way. Me and Scorps, we're heading that direction. I'll pick up the Malibu on the way, right? We'll just have us a little girls' night, chit-chat, right? Chit-chat girls' night, right? There you go. I'm all about it. Hey, guys, Jerome, come on. Come on over from my UK folks, everybody, right? Just kidding, April Fools. What were you kidding about? Let's see here. I don't know. A kiss from Portugal. Sylvia, so sweet. Flies, Bama. Cameron, I don't know what you were kidding about, but okay. I'm looking back. Oh well, whatever. Anyway, I'll catch it. Florida, my stomping ground, Floribama. There you go. The Atlantic is, oh my goodness, yes. Annette, when I went to the Caribbean, and I've been several times, one of my favorite islands is Barbados, because it has a, you know, part of it is on the side, it has an Atlantic side, and then of course part of it has the Caribbean side. The Atlantic side, of course, those winds coming off the Atlantic, that it is like something, I mean, I'm getting chills. It's like something out of a movie. Of course, it's highly dangerous. You cannot go in the water because it's just the current, and it's just the waves are just monstrous. Okay. But it's just spectacular. And I remember this one time that I was there, we went and ate. St. John's is beautiful too. But at any rate, Jerome, come on down from NYC. You know, we welcome the Big Apple. Come on down. But anyway, it's spectacular. And I sat there on the balcony of a restaurant outside the whole time, just watching those waves. It was like I mean, the earth is really just beautiful. You know, it just is spectacular. And I ate flying fish and sat there and just really had a good time. But I love snorkeling in the Caribbean, and you know, it's something I will never ever forget. Hope to be able to do it again one day. Hope to be able to visit Australia. Stacy, you're so sweet. You are so oh, you're sweet. You know, just call me Mama Karen, Auntie Karen, whatever you want, right? Yes, I love travel too, Teresa, and it is beautiful. Annette, you're right. It is. It's, you know, it's pretty. Portugal Island. Oh, really? Amazing. Amazing. Yes, Claire. Cheers. Cheers, right? Pirates cruising. They have the best rum punch in the Caribbean, don't they, Sierra? It's so much fun. So much fun. It is. And the people in Barbados are just a delight. They really, really are. Let's see. So the islands I've gone to. Okay, hold on. I got to get a sip of tea. I've been to Barbados, St. Thomas, St. Martin, Martinique, St. Kitts, St. Croix, Virgin Gorda, Tortola, Virgin Gorda, the baths. Absolutely. I came face to face with a barracuda there, y'all. It was pretty cool. Pretty cool. He came up, looked at me, and left. He wasn't studying, whatever. I guess we weren't energetically aligned. Yes, Mama Karen, Stacy first. New Zealand. I would love to see New Zealand, too. Canary Islands, wow. There's so many beautiful places. You know, there's just unbelievable. Yes, I know, Claire, right? Eek. I know. Yeah, and you know what was funny is, like, when I first saw it, I was kind of like, what? And then I was just like, okay. Instinct just said, be still. So I was. Yes, St. John's is absolutely pristine, but St. Thomas, Barbados, Martinique, Tortola, Lord, I forget. Azor, and I may not say that right, but anyway, yes. But there's so many beautiful places. It is just, I'm keep having to do this so that, Wales, wow. I cruised, every time except one time. I flew down for my birthday one year, and went to Paradise Island in the Bahamas. I forgot about that. Oh, beautiful place. Beautiful place. Absolutely pristine. And the people are just adorable. Just adorable. They're like that in Barbados too, though. They love, you know, Americans. They treat us nice anyway. They treat us sweet. So I think they must like us, you know. St. Martin, the Dutch side, especially, I loved. But I went to the French side too. Yes, I did. And don't ask if you know anything. Who knows anything about St. Martin and the beaches on the French side? Show of hands. Anybody know anything? Anybody? This goes back whenever I was, you know, probably 28, 30, something like that. But anyway, yes, I did it. You'll have to Google it, okay, after we finish talking. Yes, I did. I sure did. And that's the answer to that question about St. Martin and the French side and the beaches there. Okay. But anyway, Bermuda, I've heard, is amazing too. A little bit more on that, Teresa, and we'll just leave it right there. Yes, your Gemini friend is a little bit crazy at times. See, I try to behave on YouTube, but I do have a dark sense of humor. Your son lived in St. John's. St. John's is absolutely pristine. It is just beautiful. I know, Teresa. You know, it was funny. I mean, it's kind of hilarious. I mean, it's just when you're, you know, used to going to beaches where people are covered, right? But it's just different, you know. It's just like, let it all hang out. Let your freak flag fly, guys, if you know what I mean. It's like, okay, you know, whatever. But I was actually married. I was with my husband at the time. We both did. Yes, we did. You're a little baddie. Oh, I can be. Look, you know, and you know, I'm not dating anybody right now, and I'm all about like shielding my energy and stuff. But how much do we want to go down this path, Jenny Jen? I don't know. I just don't know who. You know, I don't know. But like uh, I don't know. Let's just say I have an appetite, and we'll just leave it at that. We'll just keep it just as PG as we possibly can. Detra, hello, hello. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Scorp love. I know. Jenny Jen, stop laughing at me. You're so funny. I just adore your energy. You are precious. You are so... I know, we would get into trouble. Okay, 2 air signs. Okay, airhead and Gemini. I mean, airheads, Aquarius and Gemini. I don't know who's the worser of the influences right here, right? Big appetite. Me too, even at my age, okay? Yes, I can't help it. PG, I know, Claire, it's hilarious. I have not been to Cancun. I want to go there sometime, though. Naked beaches, and it's really strange. It is strange on the French side of St. Martin, too. But I tell you what, though, I loved St. Martin. The people there are absolutely adorable. I love Aquarius, too, Jenny Jen. I really do. You know, every sign has its strengths and weaknesses. One of my daughter's little friends is a Libra. The other one is an Aquarius. And her little Aquarius friend, she's in theater here. She's a year younger than my daughter. She's in theater. Let me tell you what, that girl's got some pipes. She could sing, and it's not like noise loud. It's like she's just got pipes. You could hear her from here to Washington State, okay? The girl got it. She's good. And I think she might have a future, you know, in theater. I really do. She loves theater. She can sing her behind off. And she loves coming to my house because, see, I have a minor in music, so I love all the show tunes and music and stuff like that. We go watch her. She was recently in, she was a lead in one of our, I appreciate all the signs too, but she was recently, at 14, she was a lead recently here in local theater in like a larger town than I live in, but your shower tiles fall. Claire, you're hilarious, and I don't believe you, but that's funny. But you know what? Sing if it makes you happy. Sing. Hey, good to have you, and I may say this wrong. Hey, Con, Loonboard, hello, hello, welcome in, welcome in. We are chatting and talking about everything and nothing, right? And we're driving Jerome crazy. All these women up in here, poor guy. I feel so bad for you. Probably other men sitting back won't even talk because we're just probably just, you know, driving them nuts probably with all this estrogen going on up in here. Right? It is what it is, right? But yeah, my daughter, I am 56. I'll be 57 next month. At the end of the month, she will be 16 at the beginning of the month. And Tammy Fletcher, you're so funny. But anyway, she, yeah, they can join in, you know. But anyway, I was not supposed to have kids, y'all. Not at all. I was told I would never have kids. You know, and I've never used birth control. I never had to. Never had to. I mean, I never thought about it. Just, I knew. Well, and I won't tell the long version, but it's Jerome. Bless her. You're so cute. But anyway, with that being said, long story short, she, you know, she was very much wanted, but also a surprise at the same time. The best thing in the world. And y'all, when I got pregnant, I was happy, but then I was scared to death too. And I went to the baby department at Walmart and I started hyperventilating. Do you know how old I was when I changed my first diaper? It was hers. I was 40. Yes, that. Yes. So, you know, but that maternal instinct kicked in, and there we are, right? Your granddaughter's Aquarius. We can get along the best. She can sing too. Oh, sweet. But this little Aquarius friend of my daughter's, I know she's got to have Leo somewhere in that chart. But y'all, she is an experience, and I mean that in the most beautiful way. That girl is precious. And then my daughter's other bestie, that they've been best friends since they were 3, is equally adorable, just different. And when the 3 of them get together, Oh my God, it is a riot. And I love them. I dance with them. They keep me young, y'all. They really do. So I have fun. It is scared, but it is instinct, isn't it, Jenny Jen? I agree. It really is. Aquarius moon, Gemini rising. Wow, Sierra, a lot of air. And you might have, me, I am from the South, the deep South on the Gulf Coast, if you can't tell from the accent. In the States, right? In the States. There we go. And I'm advertising for Coca-Cola, right? Free advertisement. I used to drink Cokes. I don't know what happened. I just can't drink carbonated drinks so much anymore. I mean, it's not like against my religion or anything. My daughter drinks Dr. Peppers, but I have a lot of Taurus in my chart, actually, believe it or not. Gemini sun, Capricorn moon, Gemini rising with a Venus in Cancer, right? With a ton of Taurus all everywhere else, right? What can you tell, that I'm a Gemini, Jerome, or what? Or just overall that I have Taurus in my chart? I'd be curious to know, Jerome. I'd be curious to know. You're from Norway. Welcome, 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 welcome. Gemini, Aquarius, and Leos, the children of the sun. Oh my God, that is too funny. Taurus rising, Sag sun, Venus, and Pisces moon. Wow. Taurus rising, Sierra J. That's so cool. You know, Tauruses and Geminis, you know, and my daughter and I, we dealt with this. My daughter, when the lockdown happened because of COVID, she was fine. Oh, you can tell I'm Gemini. Okay. Yeah, I am pretty Gemini. And that's my rising. So that's definitely what you see first is that air energy, right? But my daughter being a Taurus, y'all, when the lockdown happened with COVID, nobody was happier about it than her. She's like, I do not have to people. My life is good now. I hope we stay on lockdown forever. That was her, right? Me, after 48 hours, I was climbing a wall. And yeah, she can be stubborn. Her big three, Sierra, she is Taurus sun, Aries moon, and Libra rising. So when you first meet her, she comes across as being very easygoing and go with the flow and just whatever. And then when you get to meet her, you find out that she's stubborn and she can be a pistol ball with that Aries energy, right? But she's adorable, y'all. She's done a lot of shadow work herself, actually, even at her age, and she is pretty amazing. She surprised me, honestly. She will speak her truth now. She will. Now, she does it kindly, but she'll speak up for herself. She hasn't always, okay? She hasn't always. But, yes, the balancing of Libra all day long. But at any rate, so the Gemini Taurus thing, my daughter being a Taurus, she was supposed to be a Gemini, but she was early. She was 5 weeks early. Her due date was actually the same as my due date. My due date was June the 4th. Her due date was June the 4th, but she was born early and she's a Taurus now. And, so at any rate, Tauruses are homebodies generally, and she is, and Geminis, you know, she has to be very careful because if she makes the statement, I need to go to the other room, if she doesn't hurry up and get past the word go, where I just hear I need to go, I'll be in the car. Well, let's go. And she's like, no. So like, I literally, y'all, and she's gotten better and I've gotten better because I'm more homebody and she will go sometimes more. Hey, Leather and Lace, good to see you, girl. But anyway, y'all, back in the day, would tell her, I will take you to Walmart. I will take you to Toys R Us or whatever. I will buy anything you want. Let's just go somewhere. No. I couldn't bribe her. I would bribe her with whatever kind of food she wanted from any restaurant, whatever she wanted. I could not make her get out of the house. I could not. She wouldn't go. She's better now, though. But she's like me now in that she has to have her alone time, too. She has to have her solitude. And now, you know, I get it. I totally do. So, you know, we've both grown and learned. You know, she gets out more and I stay home more, so it works good. That's my girl right there now. That's it. It's it. I love me some daughter time. Sure do. Sure do. But anyway, parenthood is such a bittersweet thing. You know, you raise them to be strong and independent people, to be able to function independently without you. I mean, that's the job of a parent. And then when they do that, you sit back and cry. But you've done your job, because you don't want them to be, where they're having to live with you when they're 24, 25, 30, 35, 40, right? You want them to be able to grow up and learn how to make decisions, learn how to cope with things that seem like failures, and learn how to deal with, mistakes and things of that nature. And the only way to do that is to teach them to be independent. And honestly, it's very healthy, because if you think about it, once they reach adulthood, and this was true with my own mother and now my father, growing up, the relationship is because you want it, not because you need it. So it truly does become a friendship, right? I'm preparing you for the real world. That's exactly right, Sierra. That's a healthy outlook, It's a healthy, that, to me, you raise them to not need you. I mean, that's essentially what it's about. You raise them to treat people like, they would want to be treated, to be kind, but to speak their truth, to hold their boundaries. I mean, stuff I talk about on my channel, right? And know their worth, There you go. So we're over an hour and a half, y'all, and I have sat here and blabbed the whole time. I need to get off of here and upload the rest of these personal readings and the readings for my channel. But, yes, then exactly, leather and lace. It's like you raise them to be independent, and then when they leave you, it's like, that meme that's like that. I know y'all probably know the one I'm talking about, right? If I could be traveling all the time, I would. The gypsy in me. Oh, that's so sweet. That's so sweet. I like traveling and I like being home. I like both. Don't ever let anyone use you as a doormat. Very much so. Very much so. Truer words were never spoken. Right? You're kind to people, but, don't mistake my kindness for weakness. It's two different things, right? Yeah. So there you go. But guys, I have had a blast talking to y'all. Thank you so much. And I know a lot of you watch me read. You feel emotional, Jerome. Oh, we got you. We got you in the feels. Yay. I guess that's good. I hope so. But anyway, as with anything, y'all, I know a lot of you guys watch me read, and I just want to say thank you for helping me grow, for supporting my passion and my dream, and understand this. It is very much an honor and a privilege and very humbling that you watch me on YouTube, that you take time out of your day, okay, because time is limited, right? Well, actually, time is non-existent, but we won't go down that primrose path. But okay, your time is precious, and you spend time watching my videos and supporting my dream, and you take the time to like and comment on my stuff, and, it's an honor to be trusted to read for you guys on YouTube, and then the guys, when you book personal readings, it touches my heart. And now that I've added the healing stuff, then that is really near and dear to my heart. So glad to see all of that. Oh, you're so sweet. Well, leather and lace, I'm going to upload 3 tonight. I'm doing Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces tonight. And then I'm starting Aries through Pisces on probably tomorrow, and I'm going to do the singles individual signs reading. I switch back and forth. I do dealing with someone, and then I'll go through that series, and then I'll do singles. And every once in a while, I'll do one through the X. But I have to really, I have to meditate on those, because, all right, we won't go down that primrose path. That's for another combo, right? So at any rate, thank you all so much for chatting with me. I truly, truly appreciate all of you. Jim, I was just signing off, my love. I'm fixing to upload videos, and I am thankful for each and every one of you, okay? Thank you so much, and I will chat with you guys later. Bright blessings, everyone.